Hello everybody, Joe the Lawyer here, and thanks for watching. Hey guys, so recently I released a big video. It was pretty big, like 3.5 hours, and it was my deep dive into all aspects of the OSR, like every aspect of it, every little part of it. And it's gotten a great reception, but I realized that, 3.5 hours is pretty big for most people to sit there, even though it's broken up into chapters. So I had an idea, maybe I'll just put this out in pieces. That each main part has a separate piece, and that way people can sort of digest it at their own pace. I don't have to worry about listening to a big long video, essentially. And by listen, I mean because I just talk and show these cool black and white art pictures from old school D&D, so I don't have to watch or anything. But I thought it might be a good idea because there's a lot of people recently who got into the OSR, or were looking to get into the OSR, and they came from a 5e experience, and maybe they watched some YouTubers like Matt Mercer, Matt Colville, GDD, and and that's their experience, and they're hearing about this OSR thing from the sidelines, and they're like, what is it? I want to check it out. And so basically, I figured let me do this big video, and now I'm breaking it up into pieces for you. So. You're going to hear a lot of references to things, boards or blogs or links to this or that, and maybe references to products. I have a link page for everything I talk about, so you guys don't have to take notes at all or anything like that. All right, so just click. The link page is included in the description here, as well as a link to the big video if you want to just listen to this thing all the way through. I'm dropping it in like 13 chunks, I think it'll be. So feel free to take a look at that. And one really important thing, guys, is I got a little contest going with Eric Tankar. Whoever gets to 5,000 subs first, the other guy, the other guys got to buy a steak dinner and donate $100 to their favorite charity. So I definitely want to win a steak dinner because I'm doing the Atkins diet, damn it, and I like steak. So anyway, guys, if you could like and subscribe and share it around, I really appreciate it. That would go a long way toward helping me beat them. I would really appreciate that. So without further ado, enjoy the video, guys. Alrighty, guys, conventions. Game conventions, a staple of the RPG hobby since Gen Con and all the other ones back in the day. I think Gen Con started in a tiny little hall, and actually the first one was in Gary's basement or something around a sand table. But yeah, they moved to a big hall, and it's only grown from there. So just like all the, every convention has a specific focus, right? And, you could tell what it's all about and who's going to be there. Now, there's a lot of conventions have a little bit of an old school element, the big ones, but they're not focused on the old school. Like Gen Con, it's sort of like the bucket list thing. You might want to go there once, but it's not what it used to be. It's not focused on old school D&D. It's all kinds of different shit there now. Cosplay, whatever the hell. So it's maybe on my bucket list to do once in my life, but if I have my choice, if I can only go to one con for the rest of my life, it's going to be an old school con. All right. And probably what it's going to be, the first con we'll talk about, North Texas RPG. And a close second to ShireCon. North Texas is the granddaddy of all the old school cons. It's down in Texas, near Dallas-Fort Worth. I went to it, not this past one, the one before, a year and a half ago. God, it was a good time. It's been on my bucket list forever to get there. In fact, one of the early ones, Eric Tankar and I were going to be going there. We're going to be sharing a room and having a good time. And I had to bail because I wasn't making that great money back then, and I had a car that constantly had fucking problems. I don't know how many times I changed the fucking transmission in that car. Piece of shit. Never got a Ford Taurus, by the way, guys. They suck. Anyway, I wanted to go. I couldn't go. And Eric ended up taking Rachel instead, his wife. And so they had a great time. She had a great time. She hasn't missed one since. This is over 10, 12 years ago or something. So it turned out to be a really good thing, I guess, that I didn't go, because now she goes and she enjoys the shit out of it. So North Texas, everybody who's anybody in the old school scene goes there, has been there, is a special guest there. You could sit down with a beer and rub shoulders with Jesus, anybody and everybody. Like I said before, Marsh came up and he says, "Hey, here's the companion book," and I'm just talking to Eric. Bam, there it is. I'm like, Jesus, what the hell, And just walking into a room and you see your heroes, the people who wrote modules and books that you loved. They're all right there, and and there's a good bar. So afterwards, you're having a drink with them, bullshitting, talking about everything they've done for you. You've done the fun you've had in their games, and they're getting to know the person as a real person, not just as this luminary of the OSR. It feels like, as Eric said, and I've only gone once, and I want to go again soon. But as Eric says, it feels like family. It feels like going home. He's been there at least 10 or 12 times, I think, and it's run by Bad Mike Battleato, and he and Eric do a show every Wednesday, talking crit. And so you'd hop into that show every Wednesday and just watch them shoot the shit. They always have guests there, special guests, usually from people who were usually members who go to the con. So you find out what they're doing, what they're publishing lately. The one time I went, it's like one of these moments that you just, I'm in Texas. I wanted to go to a real Texas barbecue place. So I, took an Uber out there, and I'm sitting there just finishing up my meal. He walks into this random-ass Texas barbecue place. James Raji and his lady friend and Courtney Campbell all walk in. I'm like, oh, shit, James, what's up, man? He was there. It was his first time. It was my first time. And we hadn't had time to talk, although I rated his table. I probably spent $300 or $400 on his table. He actually said that he made more money at North Texas than he did at Gen Con. So that says something about the audience that we're talking about here. So anyway, he walks in. We sit down. I was about to leave. I was like, oh, fuck, I'll grab another beer. Grab the beer. We just shot the shit for like 3 fucking hours. It was fantastic. It was a really fantastic time. I had fun. I had a good time there, and I hope to go back again. I'm trying to save up some money. I want to do my own things with publishing and whatnot, so trying to get a little bankroll on that first before I head back again, but I'm definitely going to go again. Another one, again, close second to North Texas. It's one in my home state of Connecticut called ShireCon. Run by Tom Wilson. It's a fantastic convention. ShireCon, because it's set in a Shire-like setting of northwestern Connecticut, Litchfield area. Very beautiful area. Very, nice landscape. I mean, it looks like the Shire, and it's always set in the fall for Bilbo's birthday, right around Bilbo's birthday, of course. So he's had 6 of them so far. I've gone to almost all of them. I think I missed the COVID one, but yeah, great time. It's another one where it's such a family feeling vibe to it. It gets about 150 people there. ShireCon. I think North Texas gets about 500 people plus some walk-ins. Honest to God, ShireCon could be the North Texas of the Northeast if he did a different location, but I understand why he wants to keep it there. Like if he moved it to another town with a city with a hotel or something, he could really be the North Texas of the Northeast, but I get it. I get mine to keep it there because it would probably lose something. It would probably lose the pastoral settingness of it all, Another big one, GaryCon. GaryCon is, I've never been there. The rest of them, GaryCon, I've never been there. I've only been to another one of the rest, TotalCon. But GaryCon is fun, I guess, because it's run by Gary's family members, right? I think that's where it started. And so you go there, and again, a good place to hobnob and play a lot of games. It's a pretty big con. In fact, I remember I was watching Big Bang Theory, where a lot of you listening to this probably picked up on, D&D, let's try that or whatever, right? So I was watching Big Bang Theory, and Sheldon wanted to go to GaryCon. I'm like, oh, no shit. I know. It's like it made the real mass media, made the big time when you're getting talked about on Big Bang Theory. So it was kind of cool, man. Gamehole Con, run by an attorney and a huge collector. You might have one of the biggest collections of D&D stuff ever in the entire history of the world. And it's a great con. It's a great convention from what I hear. Again, bucket list thing. I want to hit GaryCon and Gamehole Con before I die, right? Probably even before I'm going to hit Gen Con, honestly. Check out Gamehole Con if you want to go. Well, again, all these links are on the link page, guys. And one that I actually have gone to up in Massachusetts, it's I think Marlborough, Massachusetts. It's called TotalCon. That's a cool little con. It's about 1,500 people, I think, last count. The last time I was there was 2 months before the beer bug hit, right? So I'm there with Eric, and that's where I got to meet for the first time Matt from Swords and Wizardry fame, Matt Finch. And it was so fun. A little tightly compressed in that little building, but still got a bar, hanging out with good people, talking, and having a good fucking time. First time I got to play in Jeff Talanian's Hyperborea game. It was kind of fun because just gives you an idea, like the old school community. Like we all kind of know each other and of each other, but not maybe haven't met each other unless we played together somewhere. So I remember I was running late. Because I was probably at the bar. I'm trying to find the fucking room. Went to the wrong room. And I'm running into there, and there I see Jeff's table. I'm like, oh, cool. There's one seat left. That's my seat. I go to sit down, and a couple of guys are like, hey, Joe the lawyer. I'm like, who are you? Who are you? I didn't even know I had any idea who they were, right? But they just knew that was, I'm coming in. So I'm the last guy there. I sat down, and I'm sitting there with some coffee because I, late night drinking or whatever. So I'm sitting there with a cup of coffee, and the guy next to me pulls out a flask. You want some? I'm like, these are my people. I found my home. This is fantastic. Pour some beverage into the flask, and we're good to go. It was a good fucking time. Great people there. It's really, really awesome. So I definitely would recommend you guys going there. All right. So last one, it's a new con. I think it's the first one coming up. It's Central New York RPG Con. Nobody's been there because I think this is the very first one. Eric Tankar is going as a special guest. It's a good chance that I'm going. It's in June, right after right after North Texas, a week or two after. It's in June. I'm going to go most likely. I think Rob Connolly's talking about going. Vance from our game might go there. Tim Shorts might go there. So it's only a few hours for each of us, right? So it's not like it's a bad drive. So it's sort of like a meeting in the middle sort of a thing. So I'm looking forward to getting all together with everybody. I'm definitely pretty much going to go. If you want to meet me in person, that's the next time to meet me. It'll be in June. All right. So that's pretty much the con review. Now, these are the cons that I know about. I know that there must be other cons out there, guys. All right. So please, if you know of a con, no matter how big or small, anywhere in the country or the world for that matter, because I know people are listening all over the damn world to this video. So, which is kind of weird if you think about it. I mean, I got people in fucking, Russia listening to my video, or people in Argentina. It's so strange that I can't get over that. That people know me in some other country that I don't know and I'll never meet probably. It's just a strange thing. But anyway, people all over the world are listening to this video, and so if you know of I would love for this thing to be a source of old school conventions, no matter where you live in the world. So if you know of any that focus on old school games, OSR stuff, please let me know. Send me the link, and I will check it out and drop it in the link page. All right, so. Good to go. All right, so that's the overview of old school conventions, guys, and please look to find more, because we all want to go to old school conventions and play with our buddies, or soon to be new buddies. All right, next one, the 10th chapter, I guess you could call it. This is the OSR resources everybody should have, not just things published for the OSR, but all the OSR resources everybody should have on their shelf, or at least in a PDF. All right, start that in a second.